Hey friends, Phoebe's Facebook page was hacked a month ago, and I finally feel ready and able to talk about my experience with it. I received an email through Facebook and opened it. The next thing I know, I had been removed from my page. I was contacted through Messenger to basically say, gotcha, and we're holding your page at ransom. I don't know how they got access to my page. I did click on an email. I did make sure that it was from a verified Facebook email address, but somehow I was hacked. Then the hackers added me back as admin, but they were on as page owner. They did not have access to my payout. Facebook does pay me. My next payout was scheduled for August 22nd. So we had a little bit of time where I hoped that Facebook would be able to resolve the situation, because that was about a month out. This happened on July 31st. So I started looking for a way to get in touch with Facebook, and there is none. There is none. There is no way to get in touch with Facebook. There's no way to access support. You can send an email. Good luck to you. I talked with Mandy, Willy Wonka's mom, and they had just gone through a similar experience of being hacked. She hired a company to be able to give her page back, and so I reached out to them, and the quote that they gave me was the exact same amount that my page was being held ransom for, $2,800, which I was not going to pay. So I considered some other options, and I got in touch with Hacked.com, who I hired to do a Zoom meeting with me and give me some ideas about what direction I could go in. They advised me that the only way to get access to Facebook support was by running an ad. So I picked a video, I boosted it, and a week later a button appeared that I could click on for support. I messaged with Facebook support and they were not able to get anywhere. They let me know they were going to escalate it to their internal team. I did get an email from Meta Support saying that they were working on it. It was a top priority. A week later, when I'd heard nothing back from Facebook, I reached out again saying, hey, I need an update. We're like a week out from my deadline with the hackers. And of course, they wrote back again the same, we're working on it, it's not being overlooked, we'll get back with you. Next thing I know, I get an email from Meta Support saying that due to a lack of correspondence on my behalf, they're closing the case. which was absolutely false. And of course, they even sent a survey after, like, how was your experience? Well, that didn't really go too well with me. So I reached back out and said, no, I have not gotten any support, actually, no support whatsoever. And at this point, there's no more time. There's no patience. There is no understanding. Don't thank me for my patience and understanding, because I don't understand. And any patience that I had is far gone. August 22nd hits and my payout processes. And the hackers see that, of course, and they're ready for their payment. They let me know that they want to be paid in cryptocurrency. So I go through the motions. My plan was to go all the way through until like one click away from sending them the money and requiring that they return the page to me first. I thought there was maybe a 3% chance that it would work. And I was willing to lose my page. I mean, that would be a shame. I don't want that to happen. It's been a great source of donations for the rescue. I'm able to find adopters, and it's more than just vanity of having a few followers for Phoebe. I had been back and forth with this hacker all month, and we finally were coming to a head. I said, okay, I'm ready to send it just as soon as you return the page ownership. And of course they were like, no, we can't do that. We have to have the money and then we'll give you your page back. Never send them money, period. I knew I was never going to, and I'm just playing the game, because what other choice do I have? Except, I could give up, or I could play the game and try to take a chance at getting my page back. So I said, no, the only way that I'm going to be sending you the payout is if you return the page to me first. I don't know if all hackers are like this. This is my first experience. But he would go back and forth between being, what I would think of as a traditional hacker, like, give me my money, and being all, oh, I understand, and take your time, and I'm here, and a little heart emoji, and like, super weird. So the guy's like, yeah, no, my partner won't let me return the ownership until we get payment. And I'm like, this is the way it is. I cannot trust you, okay? You are dishonest. The only way that you're getting payout, again, is if you return the page to me first, and then I'll send the money. You've seen my page, you've seen my videos. I'm a good person. I'm gonna do the right thing. It's so gross. I feel so icky. So then he says, I was thinking you would pay me every month. And I was like, yeah, I figured as much, because that's exactly what they do. If you send them money, then they turn around and they just want it every single month. So I said, okay, how much? They said 50%. I was like, oh man, that's so much. And they said, well, okay, 40%. And I was like, 40% is really high. What about 25%? They came back and they said, well, 30%? I was like, okay, 30% is good. And he's like, yeah, my wife died and I have 3 kids to feed. I have no other source of income. I was like, oh man, that's really so sad. Hey, I'll do 35%. I really wasn't doing it to like toy with the jerk at this point. It was just trying to make it realistic. Anyway, we landed on 35%. I was like, okay, we've got an agreement. Go ahead and give me my page back. We'll make it happen. A few more back and forths. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, you know. I'm gonna take a chance, gonna take a risk. I'm like, you're doing the right thing. Believe it or not, he gave me my page back. I could not believe it. And honestly, still don't quite believe it. I went through, made sure I had myself added back as business owner, tried to check every way that I could, which Facebook is just an absolute mess. But it seemed like, yes, I had my page back. Yay! Then, of course, the hacker starts going off the handle, sending me tons of messages, calling me through Facebook Messenger. And then I was like, oh, this really did work. I mean, he's freaking out. If he could take the page back, he would simply take the page back at this point. But no, he's losing his mind because I won. I'm obviously really thankful that that worked out in my favor. But how is it that that is the only option? Going back to Willy Wonka's page getting hacked and Mandy paying another company to get her page back, well, she did get access to her page back, but the hackers were still on too. They weren't able to remove the hackers, so she still ended up deleting the page and starting over. How is it that there is no support for this, no protection against this? I mean, it's to the point where I feel like Facebook is complicit in these criminal activities. One last cherry on top. I got my page back yesterday around 5 or so. At 12:30 a.m., I get another email from Meta Support letting me know they've done it. They were able to remove the hackers and take them off of business ownership of my page. That they made it happen. The audacity. Y'all. I was shaking at the audacity of having done nothing at all to support me. I made this happen. I'm not one to toot my own horn, but I am the only one who made this happen. Facebook did nothing, and now you're gonna take credit as if you did anything to give any support at all whatsoever? No. Unacceptable. Facebook, do better. Support your creators. Put an end to the scamming. It's rampant. It's insane. Your platform is not a safe place to be. Make some changes. Make it a better place. Do better.